Hey Will, Alex here to give you a video analysis. So remember, everything that you're doing is what you do at full speed. So I'm gonna kind of play it piece by piece and then slowly break it down in super slow motion. So let's take a look at your forwards right here. All right, good. Let's pull that all the way back to the beginning. Now, so you started a little early, but remember, like if we're gonna take off and we wanna start really quick, and you start in that V diamond, start on those toes. Remember, get those toes really, really tight so you can eliminate that glide for a stride or two and really just start running right on the inside edge of your toes. Now, when you go and take off, the first thing I want to look at is your arm swing. So right here, you can see palms up. I would like to see that palm rotate just a little bit more to really get that palm up. The more that palm goes up, the less likely those shoulders are going to start swinging side to side, which is important. And you take that free arm, you throw it forward, then you punch it back. Because see, like right here, now that palm's down, and now you can even see this shoulder is just starting to turn a little bit. It just makes that upper body kind of go a little crazy. So we want to keep that arm, throwing it nice and back, palm up, and then coming forward with that palm up as well. And then remember, I always like to tell players, you want to cut that body in half, and you can see right here, now that arm is starting to swing across that body, so now you're starting to swing those arms a little bit more side to side. We want to just throw that free arm back, palm up, and then return right back to that center line, just so we can use those arms to help us. Now, let's take a look at your leg. So this is going to be the first push. See right here, I want to see this knee get fully locked, really make sure that leg gets locked all the way to full extension. And you see right here, you're on that good inside edge of your toe. That looks really good. Then as you push, now that tippy toe starting to turn down. So right there, that's where you have to keep that toe rotated out to the side, so then you don't have that slip. You get a better grip in that push. But you do a really good job coming back. Look at how close those feet are together. That's basically an inch apart. That's doing a really good job pulling those feet in underneath you. And then same thing right here, toe staying out to the side. And then as you push, this one actually stays out to the side a little better, but look at how high you're starting to kick that foot up off the ice. We want to keep that foot low to the ice, but again, you do a really good job pulling those feet in underneath you. So that's really good. You're doing a really good job pulling those feet in underneath you. Now we want to make sure we're not kicking these feet up too high and really focusing on rotating that toe out to the side. All right, let's take a look at your backwards now.
C-cut, there you go.
There you go. All right, let's pause that. Bring that all the way back. So right here, you start getting into your C-cuts, and you remember, those toes got to start in that L, and then you got to push up and around. This glide foot just stays straight, but then you got to pull this foot all the way back in. And when you're going at full speed, you really miss that last piece pulling those feet in. So you're doing a really good job with those C-cuts, but you can see, look at how wide those feet. Now you're going to start pushing with this left foot, and you can see those feet are still really far apart. Just like going forward, we call that a railroad skater, even going backwards. This left foot, you're bringing a little more, but we still want them within 1 inch of each other. So we really got to work on pulling those feet in all the way back together. All your power comes from right underneath that body. So you need to get your feet to come all the way underneath that body so you can get that power on it on each one of those pushes. All right, so I'm going to play the rest of this out. So you're going to look at your crossovers and your stops and starts, and then I'll play it in super slow-mo. So the biggest thing that I see right now is like that outside edge. We really got to focus on getting a really good outside edge, just on both sides. That outside edge is definitely the harder edge to get on, just because you never get on that edge. That's a good stop. You're on good inside-outside edges. And then right here, you can see you're on 2 inside edges. Everyone has a good side and a bad side, but let's pull this all the way back. So right here, I'm going to first look at your shoulders, and you can see those shoulders are definitely leaning in a little bit. So we want to just try to take this inside shoulder and just raise it up a little bit, so then those shoulders become nice and level right across that. Just this way you have that good grip on both pushes. And now you see, now let's take a look at that crossover. So right here, you step, right here, needs to roll that edge halfway down. Be on a really good grip, because then as you go to push, now that edge is starting to roll down, but it's too late, and now you can see that toes down, that heels up, that's that slip. So we don't want to have that slip. We want to be, and this one's a better one. You can see that foot starting to drive out a little bit better on this one, and then the toe turns down on this one. But you can see you're having a hard time, I'll move this over a little bit, making that big X crossing at your thighs just because you're not on a deep outside edge, so you can't drive that crossover underneath. Like this one's not a bad one. That one's pretty good. And you can see right here, make sure we lock this leg to full extension. Get that knee to lock right here. So I want to see that knee nice and straight. Now this side tends to be the harder side, especially with your upper body, because right here you can see you put that hand down right here. I want to slide that bottom hand up. This way it can take that inside shoulder and make those shoulders nice and level. But with that hand all the way down here, now it's really going to start pulling those shoulders in. And then same thing, I'm just looking at that outside edge. Just really need to work on, and you can see right here, you didn't get on a very good outside edge. So when you go to push, now that foot's starting to slide back. That's that slip. That crossover, in my opinion, is the hardest push to really master in hockey, just because you don't do it anywhere except on the ice. So it's really just focusing on it, getting a really good outside edge. Now, you come in, you stop right here. You originally start stopping, you can see, oh, I'll pull it back. You're on one foot, and then you get that outside edge, and now you're nice and stable. I do like that. I want to see this outside edge foot just come out a little wider, just so they're shoulder pad width apart, so you can use a good crossover to get going the other way. But you're on good inside outside edges. I really like that. Now let's take a look at your knee bend. So right here. All right, let's take a look right now. Boop, boop, boop. So right there, you're starting to get pretty low. I'm right about 106, 105 degrees. That's pretty low. We want to get you to 90. And the biggest thing with 90 degrees is we really got to work on driving this knee forward, which you're starting to get, in the shoulders lined up with that knee, which is really good. So you can see you got a pretty good body angle. We just want you to angle just a little bit further forward so that line's going right through the top of your head. But you can see you're starting to get that body angle forward, and look at how nice and low you are compared to the boards. That head's way below the boards. So that body angle is starting to look pretty good. Now it's really about just getting that knee to get a little lower, and then really just continuing to work on driving that whole upper body forward. Now this side, when you come in and stop, now this side, this probably maybe a not quite as good side, because now you're on two inside edges. So if you go to cross over, it's going to be really hard. You're going to have to take this inside foot, go from an inside edge to an outside edge to get that crossover to get going the other way. Really focus on just trying to make sure you're on good inside and outside edges. But really good job this past weekend, Will. The biggest thing I'd focus on, drag touch. Continue to work on full extension, locking that leg back, and then hearing that scrape, keep it forcing you to keep that foot on the ice. Is going to make it so you can't kick that foot up. And you do a really good job pulling your feet in, but just continue to feel those feet touch. It's going to help reinforce those good habits. Going backwards, I'd really focus on pulling those feet in. You want to be carving that big D into the ice, so you want to get that pivot, big C cut, and then pull those feet all the way back together so those feet touch. With crossovers, I'd really focus on the whole drill. Really focus on getting on good inside and outside edges. Really try to trust that outside edge, and then lock your stride push, lock your X push, holding each push for 3 seconds. Go nice and slow. This isn't about going fast. It's about just continuing to try to work on it and reinforce those good habits. And then just the biggest thing, continue to work on your skating. The more you work on it, the better you're going to get at it. And if you don't want to, it's just continue to work on it over and over again. But really good job this week, Will, and continue to work on your skating, and I hope to see you again soon.